Headlines are one of the most essential pieces of copywriting. After all, headlines are what compel your audience to read the content on the other side of the click. If you're not seeing a high click-through rate, I'm going to give you 5 possible reasons your headlines aren't encouraging your readers to act. Number 1. You aren't specific enough. People like to know what they can expect. A laser-focused headline primes your audience for what comes next. If your headline is only a generic summation of your article, you're not going to pique much interest. Number 2. You sound desperate. Every marketer knows that a sense of urgency sells, but if you don't write with the right amount of subtlety, your headline just sounds like begging. The hard sell is dead. The internet marketplace is highly competitive. This competition tends to drive people to think that they need to push somebody to buy, and buy now. Americans are exposed to an upwards of 10,000 ads in a single day. You heard that right. That's a lot to choose from. A headline with a hard sell lacks sincerity, which translates to a lack of confidence in what you're selling. Number 3. You're using excessive punctuation. Translation: unless you're selling exclamation points, keep them out. Novice copywriters often think that a headline that is littered with exclamation points makes content more exciting. In reality, over-punctuating makes your content less authoritative. Excessive punctuation will kill an otherwise great headline. The same applies for writing in all caps. Number 4. Your headlines are just plain boring. Your headline should be compelling enough that the audience clicks to read your entire article. A headline with results-driven language captures a reader's attention with what and how your product benefits a business audience. To write a great headline, you must write a unique headline. Let's consider 2 headlines about CRM software. Headline number 1. Great CRM software for large corporations. Headline number 2. How companies are seeing a 117% increase in revenue with top-tier CRM software. The first headline is dull, offering nothing of value. In contrast, the second headline details why the product is of importance to the reader. Number 5. You aren't posting content on the right platforms. Let's say your headline is perfect. You've written a punchy, results-driven headline, but you're still not seeing results. You could be posting on the wrong platforms. Always keep your target consumer in mind. If you aren't posting your content where your audience spends their time, you aren't going to see conversions. Period. Now that we've addressed possible reasons your headlines aren't earning clicks, we're going to dive into how the 4U technique can help you write a click-worthy headline. So, what is the 4U technique? The 4U's are a marketing formula that outlines what makes content applicable to an audience. This method can be applied to writing a great headline. U number 1. Is your message urgent? U number 2. Is your choice of words unique? U number 3. Is the information useful? U number 4. Is the topic ultra-specific? We're going to get into what each of these means. 4U. Number 1. Urgency can be applied in different ways. You can use the FOMO, fear of missing out approach, or go with the direct effect approach. With the FOMO approach, the goal is to lead people to believe that they're going to experience emotional or mental distress if they don't take action. The FOMO method is used almost exclusively in sales copy. Using the FOMO method, however, takes some finesse. You want your audience to believe that there was such a high demand for your product or service that the time is running out for them to partake in the excitement. Overusing the FOMO method, however, comes off as disingenuous, and people stop believing that there was ever demand in the first place. The direct effect approach is a more logic-based method to influence your audience. Use language that lets readers know how your content will affect their lives in the very near future. For example, a headline detailing a pending natural disaster lets the audience know what will affect them in the immediate. Direct effect headlines are often used by news outlets and marketing campaigns. 4U number 2. Unique. A unique headline avoids drab, generic phrasing and piques the interest of an audience. To write a great headline that captures the attention of your readers, use concise, catchy, and creative language. Remember literary devices from high school? This is their time to shine. 4U number 3. Useful. Your headline should detail why your information is applicable to your audience. In other words, what's in it for them? If you notice, the headline of the episode that you're listening to right now indicates that by reading this content, you will learn how to write headlines that results in a higher click-through rate. For you, number 4, ultra-specific. This ties in with all of the other For You techniques, and, in my opinion, it is the most essential. An ultra-specific headline is far more engaging and will get more attention and clicks than an overarching, generalized headline. Let's take a look at a generalized headline versus an ultra-specific headline. Example: Headline 1. A Taste of Italy. Local man opens pizza shop. Headline 2. A Taste of Italy. Kilbourne, Ohio pizza aficionado opens authentic Napoli-style kitchen. We know from reading the first headline that the article is going to be about a local man opening a pizza restaurant, but the title isn't specific enough to engage the reader. The second headline, in contrast, explains why the story is newsworthy. The takeaway here is that headlines are called headlines for a reason. They're the introduction to your article, the hook that keeps people interested. If you want your audience to get the content on the other side of the click, you need to put as much effort into your headlines as you do the content itself. Have you ever used the For You technique? We want to know. Let us know in the comments below. If you learned something today, don't forget to like and subscribe.